one thing them folks do not like is to see black people progress. They've always been this way from the beginning all the way up until now. Case in point, you had a young sister riding business class. And I want you to see how they're looking at her when she's taking care of herself in the business class seat.
Hey, Sophia Kwa, what is it? Yeah, what's the apple? Please, carry your negativity off my page. Off my page. What's the apple? Yeah, what's the apple?
The reason why that woman was looking at her like that is because one reason and one reason alone. They feel, as black people, we don't belong in business class flights. We belong in economy because that's what we can afford. And when they see black people get into business class, they know how much they paid for it. They know good and well the black person had to pay the same amount of money. That starts messing with their psyche. They start saying, well, is it gotten cheaper? Did they get some sort of discount? I mean, business class is not the same anymore. How is it that the blacks can afford this? So she's so dumbfounded watching a black woman just doing whatever she's doing in business class, right? I've flown business class, several times over my years, internationally, more so than anything else. And I've done the first class as well. And even my experience being in first class with Delta one time, I never forget this. I'm sitting in first class, just getting myself together. And I noticed them folks were just looking at me. And I look back up at them like, you going to the back, right? That's that look I gave them. Like, don't be looking at me all funny style because I'm sitting in first class. I had to pay the money for it. Delta didn't give me nothing for free. Cause they always want to know why we sitting in first class. They want, and some of them are bold enough to even ask you what you do for a living or whatever, because they can't figure out how a black person get a seat like that. They can't figure that out. So they start thinking, well, maybe they need to raise the prices, but so blacks can't afford it. Cause see, that's the way they do racism today. They can't say no blacks allowed. I mean, they can if they want to. That's fine, but they're not going to do it. So what they do is they practice what you call an economic racism. So what they do is they say, okay, if black people can afford it, let's raise the prices. And that's how we keep black people out, by keep raising the prices. And the overall white society agreed with that because they want to keep black people out. You understand? So they're willing to pay more just to keep us out. They're willing to have more money come out of their checkbook, their pocketbook, just so they can practice anti-black racism. But it's a culture for them. And because it's a culture for them, that's why they don't mind it draining their money. Because anti-black racism is very expensive. I love to see black people ride in business class. Let me tell you something. Business class is very, very, very comfortable. Some more than others. I remember even the first time my little girl rode business class some years ago when we went to Turkey, and oh boy, she was hooked. So every time we get on the plane international, she's like, hey Dad, we doing business class? Girl, it's way too many of us. No. I say, we just had got a good deal that time, right? So that's the only reason we got to do it. Or I think we did another time as a family. We went to Kenya when my mother-in-law, father-in-law, my wife, my little girl, we all went to Kenya that year, and we had got a good deal on business class. We did. We got a great deal on it. So we went ahead and took it. But you have to the only way you're going to get a deal on business class is at the counter. You have your regular flight, but then you ask them, hey, do you have any business class upgrades? Usually that's when you're going to get the best discount. If you try to get it beforehand, you're not going to do it, right? Or maybe you have a lot of frequent flyer miles, and hey, sometimes you can do cash with your miles, and that's how you can get some savings on business class. But more and more black people are traveling, and they want to relax too. So if you got a 14, 15-hour flight, yeah, you want to lay back, sleep, enjoy yourself. But unfortunately, you got some of these people who believe that black people shouldn't be up there. And if black people can afford it, you should be in business class every chance you get. If you can afford it and it makes sense. Let me tell you folks something. The day, your day of being at the top is over. The rise of black America is here. And we in business class, we in the luxury suites, we in the luxury condos, We're driving luxury cars, in spite of all the things you've done to sabotage us from getting there. And we still got there. And we got there being 10 times better than you because you have forced us to be 10 times better than you. Right? So when you talk about let's do things by merit, you really don't want to do things by merit because you really going to be at the bottom at that point. That's just a talking point for you. You don't mean that. You want to do everything by merit. But these people, they can't even worry about themselves and they trip. They're worrying about what a black person's doing.